Hello and welcome to a session I'm calling Get in Your Element Yoga. We will be doing yoga featuring the elements of earth, water, fire, and air and how they infuse themselves within a yoga practice. Beginning in mountain pose, we will start with the element of air. We will begin with some breath work. Inhale, reaching arms up. We'll float the heels above the ground. And exhale, lowering arms down, we'll lower the heels back to the earth. Inhale to lift the arms, and then lifting the heels. Exhale to lower the arms and lowering the heels. A few more rounds like that. The air element is very strong today in Skroponiria. Just a little town north of Athens. The wind is ferocious. I am really going to have to channel these other elements to balance the experience today. Breathing, tuning in to our oxygen, our airflow, as it circulates throughout the body, inhaling up, exhale, letting it go. Inhale, reaching up, and exhale, let's fold over those legs and lifting and lowering the heels and the toes in this forward bend. See if legs can stay straight and shifting forward and back. Hands on the shins, let's inhale halfway up and exhale, fold over the legs, shaking out the head and neck. And walking the feet back into plank pose. Let's point and flex the feet, moving from the ankle, shifting plank forward and back. Pike the hips high to the sky. Bend one knee, then the other, walking the downward dog. Walk the hands back, hands on the shins. Let's lift the heart forward and coming all the way up, standing mountain pose. We'll be visiting the zodiac signs associated with air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Beginning with Aquarius, exhale, folding forward. You have the mat in front of you now. Walking the hands forward, coming into plank pose. Shifting that plank forward and back from the ankle joints. Aquarius associated with the ankles. Bend the elbows coming all the way down onto your front body. Let's lift up into Cobra. Heart lift, point the toes, press the arms straight, coming higher into upward facing dog, modified, keeping knees down. Look from side to side, shifting the pose right to left. Hold center and look to the sky. Lift the chin high. Exhale, lowering down. Let's press up and back, downward dog. Walk the feet halfway onto your mat. Reach for opposite elbows. Let's sway side to side in this forward bend. Hands on shins, lift halfway up and exhale, fold. Bending knees through a brief chair pose up to standing, interlace palms to the sky, heels lift high, balance, breath. Coming into a wide straddle position, bending one knee, Drop that elbow on top of the knee into side angle pose. Looking to the sky. Reach both arms. And coming back up and over that back leg, both legs straight, bend into the front knee, reverse warrior, and back to side angle. We'll create a bit of a flowing vinyasa for our Aquarius sign. To side angle pose. To reverse warrior, straight leg. Then bend into that front knee, returning to side angle. From side angle, maybe you can place that hand down to the ground in front of the bottom foot, wrapping top arm behind the back, binding into the opposite inner thigh. Lifting bottom arm away from the ground and perhaps finding a bind with both hands, bending into the front knee, keeping back leg long and strong. Looking upward to the clouds before releasing into triangle pose, both legs straight, T-shaped arms, stacked shoulders. Bend into that front knee, interlace, hands up and overhead into humble warrior. Pick up the back heel. Let's twist towards the front knee, twisted lunge. Open the heart. Look to the sky. Straighten the front leg as you reach that top arm forward and bend into the front knee as you stretch the arm up and back. And repeat, straightening and bending that front knee, arm moves forward and back. Hips lift higher and sink lower. Keep it flowing. Both legs straight. Fold into that front leg. Back heel stays lifted. Come back through the center into wide straddle. Bending the knees, straightening the legs, dropping the hips, lifting the hips, looking forward, dropping the head. Bend the other knee now. Let's set up side angle pose on the other side. Elbow on top of the knee. Reach that top arm exuberantly up and overhead. Look to the sky. And let's come up and over the back leg. First with straight legs. Then bend into that front knee. And coming back into side angle. Breathe in. Over that back leg. Consider the zodiac Gemini, the twins, side angle, and our reverse warrior as our twins and flowing between the two. Really emphasizing those arms, energized fingers. Gemini is associated with fingers and arms in the body. Let's fold that top arm behind the low back. Fingers may find the opposite inner thigh as the bottom arm lifts up and away, palm open. Looking to that open palm, bended to the front knee. Bringing that bottom hand down to the ground, straighten legs, triangle pose. Open up the top arm, lift the hips. Keep breathing. Bending into that front knee, interlace the arms up and overhead into humble warrior. Head drops, back leg strong and long, anchoring the heel. Release the arms. Pop that back heel. Twist into the front knee. T-shape arms. Open the chest, look up to the sky, reaching high. Both legs straight, come to the center. Legs parallel. You can try lifting the front toes from the ground as you drop the forehead towards the leg. Bend into that front knee and rotate to the side, externally rotated legs and hips, elbows to thighs, drop the hips. Bring the hands to the thighs and come up to standing. Open up those arms, bend the knees, and find horse pose here. Lift the heart. Sink down a little deeper. Straighten arms and legs. Open up the palms to the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, folding forward. Parallel the legs, toes forward. I even have a bit of an internal rotation, heels wider. Hold on to those heels as we drop the head down, tailbone up. Balancing like our Libra, the sign of the scales of balance. Heel toe those feet closer together. And then take your two fingers, find the big toes. Big toe forward bend. Inhale, lift the heart, and exhale, fold into the legs. Gemini is associated with fingers and arms. Release the hands, bring the feet together, bend the knees into chair pose. Coming up higher into standing mountain. Hands on the low back, press the hips forward, looking up, let the head drop back. Heart opener, chest opener, throat opener. Stay balanced. And let's take it into a side body bend. Wider legs, parallel legs. Let your bottom arm guide your top arm up and over. Every exhale, release deeper and deeper. Bottom hand can reach to the calf. Top arm can stretch up and overhead. And then rotate. So we're folding down and over that leg. Bring the chest close to the leg. Let's twist, stretching that arm up to the sky. Rotate and breathe. Come through the center, fingertips on the mat. Hands on the hips. Let's inhale, coming all the way back up again. Bring legs together in the center and find that side bend, holding on to the other arm and guiding it over to the side. Lift up and out of the hip, through the shoulder and arm. Let the hips press in the opposite direction and the legs squeeze together. Legs will separate a little wider than the hips. Release the arms so bottom arm drops to the calf, top arm stays up and overhead. Looking up. Wider stance in the legs. We're going to rotate. Folding over that leg, reaching down for the foot and ankle. Opposite arm reaching up to the sky, twisting towards the leg. You can even find a mudra with middle finger and thumb. Returning to center. Moving into some of our more fiery poses now. Inhale, straighten the arms. Exhale, let's bring the top of the head to the mat. Top of the head associated with the Aries, a very energetic, fiery pose. Get focused, and if you can, let's lift the legs up to the sky, squeezing into each other, pressing down with those palms. Even though it's a fire pose, keep it cool and collected. Flexing feet, wide straddle in the legs, and let's try to return to that forward bend. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, holding on to the backs of the legs, calves, or ankles as we fold down. Rotate to the top end of the mat. Drop the back knee down, uncurl the toes. Hips drop forward. Hands move to the top of that leg into crescent pose, low lunge. Reach the arms up high to the sky. Squeeze arms into the center. Sagittarius, another fire sign associated with thighs and the legs, which are going to be grounded and stabilizing. Release the hands down. Come up higher and find a higher lunge. Balance, focus. Squeeze hips into each other. Inhale, arms up, looking to the skies. Cross one hand in front of the other so the palms touch and fingertips reach. Breath and balance. Integrate those elements. Bring hands to heart center. Twist towards the front leg and open the arms into a T shape. Bring opposite elbow to that front knee. Hands to heart center. Twist, and if you can, look over that back shoulder. Feel the thighs and legs working to support the pose. Lower back heel down, come to the center. Let's send it over into a nice side body stretch. One side, then the other. Drop elbows down and lift the back leg up. Breathe into the hips. Open up through the pelvis. Drop the back knee down and pressing that hand into the front knee just to create more openness, more sensation through the hips and legs. Bend the back knee and see if you can catch the foot with the opposite hand. Finding that deep stretch in the thigh, quadricep, maybe even the knee. Keep breathing. Flex the back foot, hold the ankle. Let the foot press into the hand, feeling a nice stretch across the chest in front of the shoulder. Shift hips back, straighten the front leg, keep hips high, flex the front foot, and fold into that front leg into half splits or splits prep. Bend into that front knee and find downward dog, hips high. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, bring foot number 2 forward, drop the back knee down. Finding crescent lunge. Trying to integrate a little bit of our watery element, like the Scorpio sign, associated with the pelvis. So just moving from the pelvis, just little pulses, forward and release, forward and release. Find your range of motion. Lift up higher, hands onto that top knee. Shoulders on top of the hips. Inhale, arms to the sky. Interlace fingers, except index and thumb. Pointing up to the heavens. Strong supported legs. Let's take it from side to side, introducing the side bend. Curling back toes will come up higher. Hands on hips. Feel the pelvis nice and heavy as we flow those arms up to the sky. One hand in front of the other, palms together. Squeeze into the center. Feel the groundedness of earth, the airiness of the breath. The strength and fieriness as we start to twist towards that front leg, keeping the front knee bent, Hands to heart center, opposite elbow to the front knee. Keep flowing like water from pose to pose. Bring the hands back to the center, dropping the back knee, both hands to the inside of that front foot. If you can drop to the elbows, we'll feel a deeper stretch in the pelvis and legs. Curling back toes to lift the back legs straight. And let's press into that front knee, generating more sensation and openness in the hips and pelvis. Bend the back knee and see if the opposite hand can find the foot, drawing it closer to the body. Hips and pelvis sink down towards the earth. Stay strong, yet limber. Release the hold. Straightening the front leg, let's flex the foot. Keep hips high on top of the knee as we fold into the front leg. Heart forward, tail back, long spine. Energized feet. The Pisces, another water element associated with the feet. Press down into that front foot, curl the toes of the back, and move into downward dog. Bending elbows will bring the crown of the head closer to the earth, and straightening arms press away. Overhead push-up from a downward dog pose. Do a little bit of shoulder focus. Our earth element, the Taurus sign, is associated with shoulders and throat and neck. Stay settled and connected to the ground. Flow through a plank, chaturanga. Find an upward dog, modified, or shrugging the knees above the ground. Look over those shoulders, one and then the other. Open the throat as we look up to the heavens. Breath in. And flowing down, let's lift arms and legs above the earth. Reaching fingertips back to the toes, palms up. Open the heart, and then press hands back down again. Coming back up through a brief upward dog. Sitting to the heels, child's pose. Anchor yourself firmly into the earth. Melt the forehead down. Connect to the breath. Walk hands in, rounding up through the spine into a low kneeling position. Hands in the lap, close the eyes. Stay connected to your elements and how they all work together to bring balance, peace, joy, connectivity to the world, to your surroundings, all the sensations. And thank you so much for joining me. Until next time.